Open Sesame, alright, what shows me like, subscribe, enjoy the reaction. If not, friend up, you are trash, the most funniest and honest reactor out, man. Let's have some fun. Let me keep it a buck.
Barely just begun, and we have a lot of action anime in our sights. Stuff that you might enjoy whether you're a new fan looking for something new to watch or someone eagerly waiting for sequels to your favorite titles. So let's not waste any more time and go check out some of the most anticipated action anime that's yet to air. We start this countdown with a journey into the world of magic with Storia's Wand and Sword. 至高の布陣で送るハイファンタジーアクション始まる。Will Surford has huge dreams, chief amongst them becoming a Meiji of Vanda, a mighty magician seated atop the wizard's tower. Unfortunately, it's something easier said than done, especially for him who's unable to cast even the simplest of spells. To add to his lack of affinity for magic, there's also a whole slew of dungeon monsters he can't overcome, as well as a professor who seems to have it out for him. How will our protagonist overcome this ordeal? Wistoria's Wand and Sword synopsis puts us in a world that we're pretty much familiar with, an underdog story featuring someone inept in the conventional manner before finding a way to overcome it. It's quite the tried and true story, and I'm sure people who enjoyed Black Clover and Mashal will find a lot to like about this promising new title. After all, the real excitement comes from the protagonist finding his niche and making people acknowledge him.
Look at this, bro. This is what we've been.
Black Clover and Mashal will find a.
This is what we just First of all, comparing it to Mash is crazy. This is exactly what the problem is with anime right now. Why the hell are we copy and pasting stuff? Black Clover was new when it came out. It was supposed to be the next Naruto. MASH is supposed to be a different version of One Punch Man, but have a lot of parody to it. That's the whole thing about it being new. Is it's set in magic. And you're compared to both of these, but the story in itself is copy and paste. Literally. Underdog story, once again. He's trash. Find his own niche. Yeah. Something fresh, bro. This era needs something new and fresh, bro. It's okay to try something new, bro. Black Clover was hella new because there wasn't nothing magic. But once you watch it, you're like, oh, it kind of reminds you hella of Naruto. Hella Bleach. But Shonen Anime cool. But this is crazy. You copying? What? And we sick of the dungeon swords, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in. Anime, lock in, bro. Please, bro. Y'all not rocking. We not rocking. We not rocking, bro. We not rocking, bro.
A lot to like about this promising new title. After all, the real excitement comes from the protagonist finding his niche and making people acknowledge him. Nier Automata Part 2 is next in line at number 9.
Hers didn't do as good as they thought it was going to do.
Now, if you're to ask me, the Nier anime project has had its share of challenges. Those who were around when it was airing might remember the insane delays it had in the story of its generally troubled production. Couple that with a game that excels so much in areas that the anime medium may find hard to adapt, and you've got quite the tall task ahead for the anime team. Nier as an anime may not be as strong of an experience as the game itself if the first episode is an indication, but I've got to admit, it's done more than decently for itself as an anime, patching things up while coming at us with its own twists and finishing the part a lot better than the people would have expected given the rough start. The team have managed to pull through for the most part, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us come part 2. I sure am excited to see how the anime adapts the rest of the story, and as a spoiler, I guess, the possible alternative endings that the series has in store for us. 8th is the Isekai Suicide Squad.
I'm very confused about big delays. I don't understand why there's delays, but cool.
Has in store for us. 8th is the Isekai Suicide Squad. DC Comics hopping into the Isekai train was a surprise back when it was announced, and every now and then I still raise some eyebrows thinking about it. It's not the first rodeo for Western comics crossing over with the world of anime, but instead of just giving us a conventional Suicide Squad anime like they did with the other comic titles before, they decided to send this team of villainous misfits into the world of magic and dragons. This just has all the ingredients to be a train wreck, and I'm saying that from a positive perspective.
Yeah, I'm saying it from a negative standpoint. I just don't like it, bro. Like, the whole thing is, these is anime comics. You know, anime is anime comics. I mean, it's Japanese comics, Japanese cartoons, Japanese. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about DC is like that's DC, Marvel, like they're American comics. Like we both got our different styles. Like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, y'all like comic books in America. Y'all ran the world when y'all had Avengers going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like animes having its run right now. Like respect this. You know what I'm saying? Respect, bro. Like chill. You know. So I'm not a fan of it, honestly.
Perspective. It can be a glorious, over-the-top train wreck that's super entertaining, and I think that basically embodies the heart of something like Suicide Squad. With the Isekai setting opening up the possibility for a lot of comedy and insanity, this is certainly a title to look out for this 2020.
Right now, Sonic Shakes are half.
And the comedy thing is like, I'm very worried. Like the comedy thing has me very worried. Like unless it's deep, like in DC putting their name. DC usually makes very good cartoons. Their cartoons are usually amazing. However, their cartoons of late have not been very good. Justice League Infinite Earths has not been a very good cartoon. I believe even like the Batman, like kind of Mortal Kombat thing wasn't the best movie. Um, and Warner Bros. And DC participated. So DC's animated movies haven't been hitting the same. Um, I am worried that they're not going to show Joker as much, and they're gonna go more of the Harley Quinn route, which I don't know is gonna hit the same. And I think they should just kind of stay with the guys that work. But hey, man, I'm gonna check it out. I'm just worried though.
7 is Rurouni Kenshin Kyoto arc.
血をまことでござるか。
君ぐらいつけろよ。無礼な先輩だな。
The return of Rurouni Kenshin has contextually been a success story. While it may not have found as much of a footing as its 90s version had, considering how much competition the anime world has these days, those who watch this new version can tell it's one of the good remakes of a classic favourite. It recaptured some of the great moments while giving them a slightly new flavour to please most older fans who had this as their childhood anime, and the Kyoto arc is finally here. Regarded
So it failed. So it failed. Bro, I don't care what nobody talking about, bro. It failed. So it failed. So because of the competition, it failed. Yeah, bro, it failed. No, it failed. Like, I don't know with the different competition now, bro, it failed. Even if it's a good anime, it not living up to the hype that it, bro, just say it failed, my nigga. Like, bro, bro, what? Like, well, it got so much competition now, opposed to like what it did tonight, bro. It failed. It failed for whatever reason. It failed, nigga, because he's still regarded as the best swordsman in all anime history, and Rurouni Kenshin is that type of level that they had, bro. It failed. It didn't hit. I don't care what you say with the competition, bro. It failed. Hell's Paradise is more popular than this. And Hell's Paradise had like some hype, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Hell's Paradise blew it out the water. Ninja Convoy had like some solid hype, nothing crazy. Ninja Convoy's first 6 episodes were insane. Obviously, it was Americanized crazy, but it knocked it out the park. Like, bro, it failed. Like, my nigga. The original What Up with Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, the original, bro, the original had not obviously just more competition nowadays, but I'm not giving Rurouni Kenshin the out, bro. It failed. It failed. It failed to adapt to the newer version, which was do something crazy probably the first 3-4 episodes. Because that's pretty much what Hell's Paradise did, and that's what, for sure, what Ninja Convoy did. So, even though Ninja Convoy definitely fell off after the first couple episodes, yeah, nigga, it failed. It's okay. I just need people to say it's okay to say something failed. It's still a good anime, but it didn't live up to the hype in terms of, at least reviews-wise, viewership-wise. It didn't knock it out the park. And that's what I'm worried about with a lot of anime. Rurouni Kenshin. I hope they went dark. I need to do a review of it, honestly, but I hope it went dark. It's a dark anime.
It is the best arc
But it
the
wants to
series
be.
has had. The Kyoto arc is the arc that introduced the world to some of Rurouni Kenshin's most iconic villains and moments. It's the arc that, back in the day, allowed the series to soar to new heights for a shonen series, to the point where some consider it to be one of the best arcs the Jump series has had alongside bangers like the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter. I'm super excited to see where Linden Films will go with their version of this arc, but I can just say that even if it's just halfway competent in adaptation, the season is going to be a great watch. Dragon Ball Daima closes out the first half of this list.
No, no, bro, because they failed. I'm not giving you that, bro. You can't be like, well, as long as they failed, bro. And that's the thing with other animes, bro. Everyone's trying to adjust to getting people's attention nowadays. You have to go crazy the first 3-4 episodes. You have to. You have to. Nigga, you have to. You want to be an action anime in 2024, 2023, you gotta go crazy the first 3-4 episodes, bro. There's no more, oh, we're gonna hype it up, we're gonna build up. You better go crazy. It seems to me that Rurouni Kenshin didn't go buck wild crazy. And they messed up. They probably thought the name would take it. It didn't. I'm sorry. Nigga, they failed. Rurouni Kenshin didn't fail. That's tough. That's tough. Hopefully years later people are like, yo, I will go check this out.
It's just halfway competent in
it.
adaptation. The season is going to be a great watch. Dragon Ball Daima closes out the first half of this list. Now, this is quite the interesting anime to look at. When a new Dragon Ball series got announced, I didn't expect it to take the form of a show featuring kid versions of the characters we've all grown up to love. To add to that, it is, in fact, a canon spin-off tied to the story of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. To say the fandom's initial reaction to this was polarizing would be an understatement, with it being called the GT of this generation.
From the producers of Vanderpump Rules.
This is canon,
Welcome to
but
the
these
Valley.
niggas is old but young. Okay, these niggas is weird, man.
But it's reportedly been inspired by Dragon Quest and Blue Dragon, and while it's aimed at a younger audience, we still get our dose of dramatic moments, and things may be unpredictable as of this moment, but I'm positive with the team working overtime on this one, Daima can be a great new frontier in Dragon Ball's decade of resurgence. And that's half of the list done. Before we proceed...
Huh. So they're trying to get kids. That's basically what he just said. They're trying to get kids. We had this conversation before. I think this actually could work out. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably like the first time I heard something new and I was like, oh, that could be a fire idea. I'm gonna say this though. Yeah. Dragon Ball Z, know what you're doing. That's it. You going for kids? Know that because you're going for kids, you're gonna lose probably a good amount of your audience. Please be okay with that. That's all I'm gonna say. People my age are not gonna want to see a young ass Vegeta and Goku and it be this happy-go-lucky BS. You're gonna lose a lot of your views. A lot of people that are diehard Dragon Ball Z fans are not gonna check it out because you're going to kids, and be okay with that. I'm not opposed to this idea. I think the animation looks cool. I think it looks good. They're releasing a game. But it seems to be, even before this, the Gohan movie, that Dragon Ball Z was going this super lighthearted way, and it's been trending that way, even in Dragon Ball Super, in my opinion. It's super lighthearted. Everybody makes it home. Kind of cheesier anime that Dragon Ball Z is really not like. And if you want to go that route, y'all see how Hunter x Hunter going smiling in this? Hunter x Hunter is dark as hell. Especially when it gets to the Chimera arc. But it was already dark. Because Ahsoka put a lot of people on t-shirts. But I don't know about Daikon Quest, but Hunter x Hunter is pretty dark. It looks childish. It's not childish. So I don't really know what Dragon Ball Z is going to do for this. Be okay losing a lot of fans. You want to go to the kids, as me and Flanger talked about. Kids will watch a dark show. The problem is adults and teenagers won't watch a lighthearted show. They won't. So, in a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans, it's the only anime that has lasted about 4 or 5 different decades. So, yeah. Good luck with that. Especially when RIP Akira. So, that's just a weird anime to drop. I don't know.
Audience, we still get our dose of dramatic moments, and things may be unpredictable as of this moment, but I'm positive with the team working overtime on this one, Daima can be a great new frontier in Dragon Ball's decade of resurgence. And that's half of the list done. Before we proceed, I'd like to ask for a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. Those interactions go a long way in helping the video do well, and it also tells me you like this kind of content. Thanks. Fate Strange Fake is the number 5 entry.
英雄が召喚されてる。どうやらこの戦、俺が本気になるべき価値となったよ。何？退屈はさせん。
After a period of relative silence for the Fate franchise as far as series-length anime go, it's time for it to make its return with Fate Strange Fake. Fans of the Fate franchise will know this entry as an April Fool's joke turned real, revolving around a copy of the third Fuyuki Grail War, years before the one most fans are familiar with. However, things go wrong as expected, and the mages end with a Grail War that lost the Saber class and some rather less sane participants due to the blurry definition of hero. Ain't that an entertaining disaster? Fate Strange Fake already had an anime special that you better go check out. It beautifully sets up the whole fake Grail War, and as is with tradition, it helps first-time viewers at least get up to speed with the context of the series, something they've also done with Babylonia and Unlimited Blade Works. I'm on board with more Fate, so I hope they announce a release date for this one soon. Fourth is Tower of God, 2nd season.
Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta clap it up, man. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, bro. I ain't trying to hear about none of that. Yo, listen, y'all was hyping up solo leveling. Listen. It's the real big dog. Tower of God, man. Solo leveling, solid anime, good anime. Tower of God, man. Yes, sir. This is the real big dog people should be talking about. Soul Leveling is a good anime. This is a great anime in my opinion. Soul Leveling is gonna build up to a great anime. This is already a great anime.
This was one thing that surprised me. When Tower of God made its way into the anime format back in 2020, one thing that I've often said is that the whole thing felt like an appetizer. It's not awful or anything like that, no, nothing close to it, but it really felt that there was so much more in Bum's journey that made it one of the most beloved web manga out there, and one season was just too little to cover the actual juicy parts. The prospect of a second season back then did seem grim, and all we got was some leaks every now and then. Well, it's finally been confirmed, and it appears that the higher-ups have heard the fans' prayers.
Facts. This was so crazy. And I probably am gonna shout out Solo Leveling. Because they really, put the web mangas type on there. I know Solo Leveling comes from the same, background, obviously. That probably put more pressure on it. Tower of God was a hit, man. It was a hit, and like he said, there was so many questions that we still needed answers to, but because of the way the season 1 went, it was still such a, I'm gonna say, a great anime that you were like, bro, where is season 2 to give us some type of more answers? Just anything, anything, anything. And the hype for Tower of God is crazy, man. Shout out to Tower of God, one of my favorites.
Tower of God will indeed be returning for a second season to cover a part that source material readers have generally liked a lot more. Still, the sentiment is that this second season will likely be rushed to get to the good parts. Whatever approach the anime team will decide to go for, this season is something to look out for. Will this be the season that justifies the whole hype behind Tower of God, or will it be the one to bury it for good?
Nah, season 1 definitely justified it, in my opinion. I just wanted to go back real quick, talk about the Fate series. FateStay Zero is my favorite Fate. I'm very curious about what they're gonna do. I think FateStay Zero is the best of the entire franchise. I wasn't a fan of Limited Blade Works. I think the action scenes are always very good, very entertaining to me. But I think FateStay Zero was the best. It was very dark. From start to end, yeah. If we talk about Tower of God from start to end, the twist was crazy. Like, I think it was really good, and the twist at the end just made it great. But yeah, I would say Fate Stay Zero. I'm really hyped for it. But Fate Stay has just an interesting franchise. I think their movies are better than their series, generally speaking. So I'm curious to see like what's gonna come of this. But it probably great action scenes. But they're kind of toned. They're more carried by their action like fight scenes. So it's kind of whatever. All right, let's get caught up to date. My fault, y'all.
Look out for. Will this be the season that justifies the whole
I think this
hype
order
behind
is
Tower of
fire.
God,
I agree
or
with
will
this
it be the
order
one
too.
to bury it for good? As we open the top 3, we start with, fittingly, the 3rd season of One Punch Man.
だから個々の生物は生存目的や理性を失わない範囲内でしか成長できないように神に設計されている。
It's been a journey of ups and downs for One Punch Man. It started out with a bang, becoming one of the most monumental anime of the 2010s before all that hype seemed to disappear. And I don't even think the second season is that bad when looked at in its own right. It's just quite a step down from what people had come to expect from the amazing first season, most notably the visuals. That and JC's Star of 2019, featuring the likes of the Mom Isekai and the Rush Jobs that are the third seasons of Index and Date Alive is...
Yeah, it was the animation. I heard that the animation team for One Punch Man, they really did the writer or creator a favor because they really rocked with him. But I believe he left in season 2, so they were like, "Well, we're not about to. Oh, we only were like really doing it at an extreme discount for him, and only because as favor to him because we rock with him. But if he's not here, what's the point?" So that is kind of what I heard happened. Season 2, in my opinion, it just wasn't the action scenes. It was kind of the whole trope. Really, it just got. It really just got old. That's what I can say with a straight face. The season really got old. Madhouse is the first season, yeah, and the guy that was really behind in Madhouse had a lot of favors, because like they did it for extremely like I think for free basically, in terms of animation. And I'm gonna say this: the second season, it wasn't just the animation that was bad; it was the writing, the visuals that weren't as good. It was the writing too. Um, there's only, and this is what I'm curious about season 3. It's only so long that it's funny that people don't know how strong he is. And to keep doing the joke that nobody knows how strong he is just gets kind of stupid. And the second season wasn't much about him, more as Garo. And him like just whooping Garo like one punch and like him really not doing One Punch Man himself not doing as much kind of ruined season 2, in my opinion. Even when he got to the tournament, he was still like, "Yeah, bro, no one knows how strong I am." Haha. It's like my nigga, bro. That gimmick not that funny no more, bro. So I really hope that they be careful of that and be aware of that in season 3. That it's only so long that's a funny joke before it's like, yeah, this is a little too obvious. Like, bro, everybody should know he's stronger. Like, the fact that the old guy doesn't understand how strong bro is crazy. And he's the closest one. I forgot the one that taught Garo. He was the closest one to knowing how strong One Punch Man, and even he still kind of like doesn't know how strong he is. It's kind of like, bro, you don't know he's OP. It's just kind of it's kind of stupid, and not enough fighting in it as well. So I really hope they be careful of that in season 3.
Is lackluster, to say the least. Now they have a chance to redeem themselves with the 3rd season of One Punch Man. Getting the announcement of a 3rd season with the same guys who brought us the 2nd was a surprise in itself, but let's see if they manage to pull it off this time. No airing date has been confirmed, but we can probably expect this 3rd season to hit the screens within a year or so.
Y'all gotta really understand, like before I continue, like y'all really gotta understand, bro. One Punch Man, like real was like the prime of One Punch Man season 1 was, bro. Like y'all, like that shit was a hit, bro. Like. Y'all think Chainsaw Man had popping? Y'all think JJK? I would say it was bigger than JJK and Demon Slayer, bro. Like, bro, One Punch Man was crazy, and it was like damn near competing with like I think Naruto was low key still airing or just stopped airing. Like, bro, it just like, bro, like, bro, its prime was, bro. One Punch Man was crazy, bro, and it was only 12 episodes, like dead ass, and that shit had like everybody was watching it. Kids, teenagers, adults, like that shit was hilarious. I would honestly say it was up there with Attack on Titan, 100%. Like its prime was crazy. One Punch Man season 1, season 2. Is it better than JJK season 2? Well, season 2 you already got the fans, so that's kind of like. But I honestly would say, I would probably put it either at the level for sure or better, bro. Because One Punch Man had the West of the choke. Like, bro, I've never seen something like have everybody in the chokehold. And it was only 12. I just want to reiterate, only 12 episodes. A new anime getting the world like that with 12 episodes is crazy. I don't know if that'll be done again. I'm going to be honest. With only 12, usually people go 24. Only 12 is crazy. But let's continue. I really like this list. I agree with the list so far. I think Fate is 5. I agree that Tower of God is 4. I agree with One Punch Man being... Oh, wait, One Punch Man is 4. I think.
2nd is the 3rd part of
One Punch Man
Bleach,
is 3.
1000 Year Blood War. I've always had nothing but praise for Bleach's 1000 Year Blood War as one of the most successful and impactful revivals of a long dormant series. It was such a step up from the 2000s Bleach and improved on what's been an arc with divisive reception in manga form. Admittedly though, the 2nd part had a slightly less stellar reception than the 1st. While the fights, as well as newly revealed abilities, are visually spectacular and a lot of the supposed gaps in the manga plot had been addressed, it really did feel like an in-between season, a sort of filler that had its share of revelations, but ended before it can get to the big, status quo changing moments. Fans don't have to wait too long for the next part though. The middle of this year is when they get to see the aftermath of the huge cliffhangers from part 2, as well as see the return of some more fan favourites. I also can't wait to see what lore the team can integrate, continuing the trend of making this anime the definitive way of enjoying the 1000 Year Blood War.
I disagree. Be honest, I disagree wholeheartedly with him saying that Bleach 1000 Year War is a step up from old Bleach. I disagree strongly with that. That is not the case. I think Bleach 1000 Year War first season, just the epic comeback was very good. I think the second season wasn't as good because a lot of people, it turned into a Baki type Kenshin Ashura type anime. And what I mean by that is like every episode is just a fight and then bro it's gone, right? But it's like there's no emotion or feeling with people losing their lives or like bro losing. Just like, all right, yeah, anyway. And I'll even compare it to current anime, right? Like JJK season 2 that just happened, Shibuya incident, right? When people were losing their lives and somebody was like, it was emotion still behind somebody losing their life. It wasn't just like, all right, here's this episode, bro's gone anyway, be safe. Like, yeah. So I just think Bleach's pacing has been off. They're trying to appeal to the newer generation, but like I said, I don't think Bleach ever really had a pacing problem, as I reiterated a lot of times. I think Bleach had a filler problem, but that's something back in the day that every anime had. So Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, people staring at each other for like 30 episodes. Like that just was the era it was in. But I think Bleach to me had the best pacing out of all of them. It just had filler. If you remove the filler, Bleach is a very good paced show, and I think that pacing would have been fine in this era. But they accelerated a little bit more, and story wise, did some things that really didn't make sense or felt like things that should have already been talked about. So yeah, I think that's kind of what's going wrong with Bleach, especially with season 2. But yeah, it should be chosen. Let's continue though. I really like the list though. I agree with the list. Like Bleach 2, 3 One Punch Man, 4 4 Tower of God, 5 the Fate series. I agree with this list. I don't usually agree either.
Wrapping everything off at number 1 is Dun Dun Dun.
Bro, every time I say I agree, bro, I just get hold at the end. My nigga, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This has to be his personal. This has to be his personal thing, bro.
How about finishing things off with a non-sequel? Dun 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 is looking to be the next breakout hit in the world of action anime, starting off with a usual urban fantasy setting before quickly diving off into the deep end with the surreal and crazy. You've got a lot of random stuff getting thrown at you, aliens, ghosts, monsters, and all the crazy phenomena being thrown at you in some manner are what represents this series. It's that kind of unbridled chaos which becomes this title's claim to fame, and the unpredictable madness is something that you just
Bro, number 1? Are we serious?
have to witness for
This has to
yourself
be
to know
biased,
what to
bro.
make of it. Still, we've seen how well that kind of madness can work as seen with the success of things like Dorohedoro and Chainsaw Man, the latter
Over both is first of all, I like Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro. Oh, it's Dorohedoro, not Dorohedoro. I like Dorohedoro. Dorohedoro was honestly not that popular of a hit. If we're comparing it to Bleach. It's nowhere near as popular of a hit, and I enjoyed watching this. Chainsaw Man had seen the hype beforehand, and if we're being honest, it didn't live up to the fucking hype. So,
of which has some author connection with
and Chainsaw Man did great also because of his look. His look was crazy. Chainsaw Man he looks insane.
Dun Dun Dun. It's time for a new contender to join the ranks as one of the extremely promising hits set to come out in 2024. Will it be the mainstream anime of the year? While I don't think it's going to reach Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen levels, I have some high expectations.
Then what are we? Then how are you better? How is it more intense? Nah, this is cat, bro. This is cat, bro. This is cat. If it's not gonna reach JJK or Demon Slayer levels, how the hell is it gonna be better than Bleach or more hype than Bleach? More anticipated. That don't even make sense, bro. This is all right. Yeah, see, bro. Every time, bro, I just was like, bro, I agree. This nigga hold me, bro. This nigga hold me, bro. This nigga hold me. Wrap up Bleach conversation. Yeah, Bleach doesn't let you, like Flanger said, Bleach doesn't give you time to feel the impact of their deaths. And anybody that's watching Bleach has watched hundreds of episodes of Bleach. We know pretty much about 90% of the characters, so we have some type of feeling for them. So for the characters that we've seen throughout damn near our entire childhood to where we're adults, and they're just gone, it's kind of sucks to be like, damn, nothing? Like, this nigga don't get no type of, like, sad emotion. Like, bro, just gone? That's it? Okay, well, cool. Like, that, like, a little too fast. It's a little too fast when we've already had some emotion. Like, imagine, that'd be like in Naruto, like, I don't even know, bro. Like, Neji getting, like, one episode, and then, like, moving on to Neji. Like, yeah, all right, Neji's gone. Anyway. Like, nigga, what? Like, imagine, like, Tintin losing her life. It's like, oh, Tintin's gone. Stay safe. Like, nigga. What? Like, damn, bro. Like, nobody get no emotion during the fight. Like, there's just, yeah. So, it's a lot going on. Just in that in general. Yeah. To continue what the hell I was saying before, this is crazy. This is obviously biased. Don to Don, there's just no way it's more anticipated than Bleach. It's just not gonna happen. The only anime I would honestly say that was more anticipated than Bleach was literally Chainsaw Man, that I believe came out at the same time. And the hype for Chainsaw Man was crazy. The only other anime that had that much hype to me is Solo Leveling. And Solo Leveling hasn't really hit the same with the amount of hype. So I don't believe this is more anticipated than Bleach at all. I would put this really low actually. So my list will be probably Bleach. Bleach at number 1. Honestly, we'll just move them all up. Bleach number 1. One Punch Man number 2. I would put Tower of God number 3. 4. I agree with the Facers. Facers has a lot of people. Then I would put probably Don to Don, probably 5. Dragon Ball Z 6. Yeah. So, but Flames, what's your top 3 you most anticipated for? My 3, I'm gonna say I'm most hyped to watch Bleach. I am a Bleach fan, even though I criticize it heavy. Gotta love Bleach. 2 for me, honestly, 2. I'm more hyped to see Tower of God than I am to see One Punch Man, but I just really love Tower of God, and that's just because One Punch Man season 2 was kind of not as good as season 1 to me. So my list will probably be in order. Would be Bleach, number 2, Tower of God, number 3, One Punch Man. In that order, which one I'm most excited to see. Flames just said 1 Bleach, 2 Tower of God, 3 Suicide Squad. So super hyped to see some stuff, man. Excited. But it's your boy Chosen. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, this honesty. Which animes and action animes are you most excited to see? And I will give Vinny 2 credit. He was right about Kaiju. Kaiju is a very good anime. Kind of taking an interesting route right now. But I also thought it would be more popular than it is. But it's pretty solid watching right now. But it's your boy Chosen. Like, subscribe, enjoy the reaction. Let me know what you're at to next, man. I'm out.